I'm Garry. I remember that Sorrento incident. It was pretty funny. First time I met Liam, he was about that big. Early days of experimental trumpet. And I remember at Bry Lake Elementary, it's a little later, he was probably about 10 or 11, he did a performance on the stage. And I remember thinking, he's bloody loud. Still, it's all right. My main charge today is to read an elegant but simple piece of prose from Professor Hugh Crawford. Many of you know from Georgia Tech. I believe he cannot be here today, is that correct? Yes, okay. But we have his permission to read it on his behalf. I understand that I saw him on the television earlier this week. Many of you probably did. He was saying, you know, a while back, I saw this guy in my class, and next class he was there again, and he appeared there again. And I understand it was a class on phenomenology with Martin Heidegger. And I wish I were there, had been there. And he asked, it was Liam. And he said, why are you here? Who are you? He says, I just found it interesting. And then I've been thinking since that interview, which I saw about 4 days ago, that I wish I'd done that. And sometimes we should do stuff, not because, you know, you have to go there and you have to do a job, but because it's just plain interesting, you know? And yes, well, there it is. But this piece is about place, not specifically about the place that you, I hope, will visit quite shortly, but it's about a place. We must all find our own place. There are many things that are difficult to imagine ever doing in life. Digging a grave by hand. Digging a grave by hand is probably one of them. That is precisely what a group of Liam Rattray's friends and I did. Gathering in the lingering cool of an early Georgia morning, we wound our way 2 miles down a narrow gravel road. Then, carrying gloves, water, and tools, we trekked through the woods to the site. There, the morning sun shone on the spot, filtered through the limbs of a dogwood, an oak, a beech. We gathered wind-fallen branches into piles to make wildlife habitat, cleared a twisting path back to the road and laid out the plot, spading a 3x7 rectangle into forest soil. Each took a turn digging the deepening hole, some even essayed swinging the mattock, but while still skill and strength varied widely, everyone dug with meticulous care and devotion. Confronting death, particularly senseless death, invokes a wide range of emotions. Quiet contemplation, sorrow, tears, anger, sometimes even laughter. We experienced it all, but also expressed ourselves through labor, sweat, hands, gloves, dirt, clay, roots, sticks, twigs, worms, ants, and the quickly warming sun illuminating that toil. Grieving through manual labor is good. Wallace Stevens once wrote a poem about placing a jar in Tennessee. The wilderness rose up to it and sprawled around, no longer wild. It is a curious poem, but one thing certain is that Stevens is writing about place. The jar makes a place in the wilderness where none had been before. And the poem makes a place in the reader's consciousness. On that June morning with our shovels, sweat, and friendship, we made a place in the wilderness, a place for Liam, Hugh Crawford.